Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, and today this reading will be for June 2nd, 2021. And I'm using the Monsta Tarot, well wait, hold on. I have a little book somewhere. Oh yeah, here it is. In case you want to look for it. It's on Etsy. Wait. That's how she spells it. It's like Monstero. But they're little monsters. And her name is Joanna Nelson. So I am aligning with the forces of love, cosmic truth, intelligence, absolute truth, which is love, same thing. And I'm asking for information to help us heal our souls and with help for the day as well. All right. These cards are really big. And I don't have dainty little hands, as you can see, but I still can't really, like, riffle them or whatever you call it. And it's not my preferred method anyway. Okay, so what is it that we need to know so that our spirits can purely shine through freely through our soul substance? How do we get our souls in alignment with our pure spirits? What is it that we most need to know? Okay. Queen of Wands reversed. Well, we had that yesterday. The devil. No! It's okay. Knight of Swords reversed. Okay. Well, we had that guy yesterday too, with a different deck, but so I think I'm gonna have to bust out one of my oracles to help us. Okay. Meanwhile, let's put this over here. So with the devil straight up, really the dude's just mostly about fear. It's truly nothing more elaborate than that. But when you get inside fear, we have a tendency to want to hold on. We're holding on to something. And that's why, the devil is all about addictions, just hanging in there, stuck in a place where we're pessimistic, where we're blind, and we're not letting go because we're holding on to something that I think many of us, when we're little, we hold on to out of survival. So we might hold on to our pessimistic outlook of life because we don't see any optimism mirrored back to us in our in our coming from our parental or caretaker point of view. They're not mirroring to us anything other than it's not even just with our parents. It's anytime. Have you guys? I'm sure you have. It irks me to no end. Well, it doesn't irk me anymore. I just tend to skate over it and go goodbye whenever I see somebody say, "I'm a God-fearing woman" or "I'm a God-fearing man." There's no reason to fear God. God is 100% bliss and love. And I don't believe God has to be attached to any type of religion either. So if there's this confinement of any type of the dogmatic religion, which is normally comes through the Hierophant, but it can come through the devil. And I don't know if I really believe in hell, but I definitely know that we create our own little mini hell realms here on Earth. So, if there is a hell, it would just be a place where there's no life, because anything that would be, like evil enough to live in a hell realm would just be something that negates life. That's all evil is. It's in separation from life. So to break the bonds, these people aren't really bound. They can take or these little monsters can take they can literally take the noose off, or the chains. In a traditional Rider-Waite, there are chains, but and they don't have to sit there and let the guy burn him anymore, and they don't have to get angry and have their heads, it's like, coming out, your head coming off, with anger. I mean, the images here are actually quite funny. So that's in the negative sense of the devil. In the positive sense of this card, it is all about honoring your body to the point where you have no shame at all. It releases bodily shame. So if that's what's going on, and that really does, it goes with these cards. If it's an issue about being, not loving your body on all the levels that are, available to us, like, loving all the little, even hangnails that you have to deal with. Maybe this card is about how we don't love that we have to bathe ourselves and take care of ourselves and cook for ourselves and clean, and maybe the details of life, because this card is ruled by Saturn. The devil is ruled by Saturn, and that is our dualistic time-space continuum here. So if we're not loving all those aspects of life, then sometimes this card comes in to help us. Just it is very grounded, that's for sure. It's grounded in earthly, reality. But I always feel like the keys to our freedom are through the vessels of our bodies. I always feel like our bodies are like the Holy Grail, because we're learning how to be, just beautifully human, and allow for the human predicament to be a part of our lives, where we don't have to try to escape it, right? We don't have to try to escape it. There's no reason to escape it. The keys to our freedom lies within managing, Saturn managing and mastery over all areas of our lives. And sometimes that means you just let go and you don't know, and it's the big mystery of life, and that's a very freeing place to be in. And you can let life teach you a lot from just observing nature and and all the dichotomies of the aspects of any human personality. I mean, we are very multifaceted creatures on many different levels. So anyway, when we're tied up here in this blindness, if it is blindness, we are not going to have our self-confidence. The Queen of Wands to me is a very self-confident aspect of our nature. And, because she has her intuition. I don't know what this little creature is here with the eyeballs, but it's adorable. One little fang and some eyeballs. And then little maybe baby creatures below it. I don't know. Maybe it's a pill bug. I don't know. But there's the cat, but it's kind of like a monster cat. But the big old loving, generous, Leo lion right on her chest. That's gorgeous. Yeah. Nice little crown too. So, of course, you guys know, and you listened yesterday, so I probably won't go too much into it, other than she's all about self-confidence. And so you might want to listen to my reading yesterday about how to heal self-confidence or lack of self-confidence, because we had both of these cards here. I just can't remember what was in between. Why can't I? Should be able to remember. Well, I've done several readings with clients in between, so it kind of, other readings tend to go, but I do remember these guys. Oh, I remember the Knight of Swords. I used the, hold on, maybe, no, I doubt they'll still be in the same place. Let's see. Yeah, because I didn't use this deck with my readings. Okay, so it was like this yesterday. We had the Queen of Swords, Knight of Swords, I remember was the theme, and then we had the Hermit. And the message is all about to get back to our level of self-confidence, we have to go within. That's for sure. Well, so maybe the task is going within. We have to let go of any judgment around our humanity, and it's important to stay grounded. It's really important to stay grounded. And I think that's one of the bigger differences between the hermit and the high priestess. Because the high priestess is very otherworldly and mysterious, and it is the message that, your intuition and all of your guidance system is within you, and anybody can access it. Anyone. We all have psychic and intuitive abilities because it's who we are deep down inside. We just have to clear out the layers of the lack of self-confidence, and we have to slow down. The Knight of Swords reverse is all about slowing down. But the difference between the high priestess and the hermit is grounded. And that's probably why, the image always has so much to do with climbing to the top of a mountain. Because imagine how grounded in your body you'd be if you did all that climbing and hiking. Now, the devil card is all about being very grounded in the body. But we just want to let go of trying to have control over other people. That's the lesson, the main lesson with the gateway of this card is that we want to not have love of power, but instead be in the power of love. I'm paraphrasing, quoting Jimi Hendrix back in the day. It was something about the world will know peace when we dive into the power of love instead of having love for power. So that's a good quote for the devil card. But that could be that this is, this type of energy and lack of consciousness has to do with the way our parents were. Maybe they went really fast to try to control us, and then we had this depleted sense of, we didn't, with the Queen of Wands reversed, we would not have been encouraged. We would not have been seen and heard and understood, which is a real need as a child. And instead we would look for other people to control us so that we would know which way to go, because with the Knight of Swords reversed, we don't know which way to go. Now, I love the image in this card because he's on some type of a white, looks to me like a hummingbird. So like on the wings of joy would be the right way to go. And they do go fast. I mean, that you get the message of how quick the Knight of Swords can be when it brings in hummingbird energy. My goodness. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to leave them straight up so you can look at the images a little bit better. I don't really know about diving into this further because I talked so much about it yesterday. I think the only thing to add to this today, having the same cards is amazing, with the exception with the devil being in the center, is to let go of things that you can't control. We only want to learn how to control ourselves in a way that it aligns with love. So if we catch ourselves in negativity or thinking negative thoughts, the lesson is to get out of that. Get out of that negative intention and get out of the negative thoughts. And that will slow us down when we need to slow down. And that will help us. If I get into a negative thought, usually what happens for me is I'll get a pain in my head because I've asked my guides and guardian angels to help me, stay positive and clean. So if I get like a ring in my ear suddenly, or a pain in my head, I stop and go, wait, what was I just thinking? And then sure enough, either it's one of two things. Either I was having a negative thought that was going on for more than a few seconds, or I was not keeping my neck and head in alignment, like with my heart, so that I was actually probably in the point of getting ready to like hurt my own spine, right? So that's kind of the pact I have with my team around me. I ask them to help me with that all the time. So to control yourself, like control your body alignment, control your thoughts, that's all a great thing. But to try and control others, now when we have children, we want to make sure they're safe, right? We want to make sure everybody's safe and taken care of if we're a mom or dad or grandparents or any other, if we're taking care of anyone in our family, or if we're taking care of anyone else's kids. We want everyone to be happy and healthy and safe. But that's healthy control. But unhealthy control is trying to change someone. We can't change anyone. We really can't. I mean, when we're talking adults, with children, we can change their diapers. We can try and help them change their minds about feeling bad about themselves with the Devil card, or going too fast with the Knight of Swords, or not being seen and heard and understood. We can stop and see them and listen to them and let them know that we care. With the Queen of Wands, we can give them the attention they need. So if we didn't have this growing up, we're going to be stuck a little bit maybe trying to control others. This is where, these cards can come in here. If we haven't been seen and heard and understood when we're little, we might try to make other people slow down and stop what they're doing and listen to us. Like, claim your space type of thing and control your reality around you because you haven't had it as a little one. That we can see in many politicians who demand basically, I won't even go there. Anyone in your life that is not a child who doesn't deserve it and you're not taking care of them, and any adult in your life who is demanding your attention and coming from a place of trying to control you with their excessive or obsessive demands. Now, demands will be in the form of either, attention, demanding that you be a certain way with them, demanding that you submit to them with the Devil, demanding that you take their aggression, whether it's passive aggression or overt aggression. Passive aggression is just covert. Overt aggression, we can see it easier, but passive aggression is still aggression. So if we take that would be, the negative reality in Queen of Wands reversed. If we allow people to do that to us, then we are going to be directionless. We're going to need to hook into somebody else's so-called power and control in order to know which way to go. You can see that happening, a lot. It's easy to observe. So it's either submission, the demand will be for you to submit, or maybe they'll submit to what you want to do and give themselves away, and then later on be angry at you because they did that. Meanwhile, they weren't being honest with you from the get-go, so that gets into a big mess. That can be a big challenging spin to work your way out of. Then you're going to have to stop what you're doing and go, wait a minute, hold on. You told me this, and this. I'm so sorry if you feel taken advantage of, but if you didn't want to do it, you should have told me. You should have just said no, right? So we do this dance in relationship where things can get manipulated with demands, or demands can be manipulative, and it's either going to be aggression, passive aggression, submission, or you're submitting, or they're submitting, or it's going to be the big old middle finger, sometimes just silently or in the air, that goes into withdrawal and rejects completely. And it doesn't have to be that way. Because if we want to say no, we can do it in a very loving way. We can just say, well, no, not now. Or we can say, we can we can be in some healthy control in our reality and say, well, let me think about it and I'll come back to you. We don't have to manipulate in any way, shape, or form. We just don't. You can say, in a very loving way, whatever you need to say until you've made your decision. And if your decision is no, you can say it in a loving way without even making an excuse. You don't have to tell them why your answer is no. You can just say it's not right for me. That's all. That's all. It doesn't have to be anything else. And then that turns your direction. It changes everything in your life, because then you have the energy to go quickly in the direction you need to go in, and you have your self-confidence back. So relationships can always help us. They can always be a mirror for us, and they can always help us get back into our authority, back into our sense of self, back into our positive light that can emanate without having to control or manipulate anyone else. If we can control ourselves, then I think we're doing really well. But if we're trying to control or change others, it's just going to be, it's not going to work. It's going to be big old heartache, and you're not going to get anywhere with it. Because the true task is to learn how to master your own life. So, reclaim your own power, which is actually what happens when, let's imagine this way, the devil reversed. If the devil would have come through reverse, it would be, oh, hey, we've done some really good work. We're in freedom. We're independent from outer control, and we've, or we're in recovery if it's an addiction. We're, maybe it's a divorce, but we've taken our power back. And now we have our self-confidence, and now we can quickly go in the right direction. So I think this reading's gone on too long, and I don't think I need to add I changed my mind about adding an oracle card to this. I'm just going to sign off and say, hey, you guys, hope everyone's doing really well. And having a good week, this first week of June. Okay, take good care. Bye.